What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Pick Six Podcast, CBS Sports Daily NFL Podcast. I'm Will Brinson. I'm your host. We're working on episode 14 this week. How fun. Actually, this is fun because we get Kay Adams joining us. What's up? How you doing?
I was going to say, we're going to have a great time. Episode 14 sounds like a lot, but there's big, we're worried about Irv Smith Jr., aren't we? That's what we're here to talk about.
I was doing some live radio here locally in Raleigh. I was doing it over, some sort of fancy technological thing. And the guy I was talking to, my buddy Adam Gold, was like, TJ Hawkinson got traded. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then I looked and they traded him in the division. Why would you do that? I don't understand that. I don't I am offended. I'm an analytics. I love analytics. I love the modern idea of improving smart things in football. Smart ways to trade. I'm not a trade in the division guy. I would never trade in like a dangerous offensive weapon in the division because that dude is going to light you up twice a year.
It's so true. I think it's why, people were talking about Sean Payton potentially going and coaching for Carolina. There's a trade that would need to happen with his coaching contract that would allow for that. It would never happen. There's certain things that are real, but we can't pretend that the Vikings and Packers haven't been trade partners before. I believe the Packers acquired Christian Watson as a result of some inter-division trading. The real, we can talk about the Vikings because it obviously says a lot about them. They're going for it. Kevin O'Connell has the team feeling some kind of way, and Kirk Cousins has them on the 6-1 NFC North leading run. But it really, the Lions are doing their thing. TJ Hawkinson having a hell of a year, a tremendous player. But Will, it says the most about the silence of the Packers. How slap in the face, insult to injury that you need weapons for Aaron Rodgers. You're not going and acquiring, and the Lions are willing to part ways with their best one in the division and not send him to Green Bay, but to send it over to Minnesota. Yikes.
Yeah, that's a great take. I want to go back to the Sean Payton thing because it will allow me to easily plug your new show on FanDuel television TV because I saw Sean Payton on your show with Mark Ingram. Because I was about to be like, actually, I heard Mark Ingram say there's no way in hell that Sean Payton will go to Carolina. And I was like, wait a minute, that was on your show.
Yeah.
Which you may now talk about along with Sean Payton if you were.
It's been really fun. We have lots of guests on. FanDuel has been an incredible partner in saying we have an hour. We want to launch a network. We want to launch it with you. We want you to mold it into whatever you want. And it's, this. It's not often you get that sort of space, especially on a television medium where everything is micromanaged in such a way. So it's been a really fun, brilliant partnership so far. And my whole thing is, Good Morning Football. There's, everyone knows me from that, and it's information and entertainment. That's how I led the show. That's what I wanted for that show and building it. And I'm not a different person now, so I want those same things, right? I want entertainment, and I really want guests. And that's one thing that the one-on-ones with guests is so incredibly challenging and fun. And I like to get things out of these players. So it's been amazing to have, everybody from legends in the booth like Chris Collinsworth to Sean Payton, as you mentioned. I think we're getting Mike Francesa this week while I'm in New York, which I'm very excited about. And even today,
that was funny though, because it's like you're like, oh, Mike Francesa, and I was like, if you're in New York, no, of course, no, I'm not. I'm saying if you're a New York person, that is that's you're like, listen, I don't want to spoil things, but we do have Jesus of Nazareth on the show today. If you're in North Carolina, it's we do have a very loud Yankee with terrible takes. So I mean, that's purely a demographic lean, but Francesca's a huge get. It's a huge get.
Well, I'm in New York for the week, so I obviously brought no luck with me as the Giants and Jets both lost. So there's that, but he's just the perfect New York guest, and he doesn't like anybody, and he won't go on anybody's show. So it's sort of an ego.
No, it's a huge get. It's a huge get.
I'm not because I want to be nobody. I got him. I got him on my show, and we're very different.
Is he coming in live, and is he gonna
I'm trying to get him in live, but does he ever leave Long Island anymore? I don't know. But guess what?
I assume he stays in that room all the time, like me. I don't leave this room.
We can get him in that Pope. We can make a Pope mobile for him and bring him in he's the sports Pope after all. But I would tell you this: we had DK Metcalf on didn't go over what I want to talk to him. He was like, sure, I'll pop on. I said, that's great. So he came on today and he gave me the inner workings of that poop situation back in week 4. So like that's, I am the show of record, Up and Adams on FanDuel TV, where I break those kind of stories. And I want credit where it's due,
I mean, I do think like that's what I noticed watching that Sean Payton interview too, is that you talk about regular TV, like actual television is very much script. Like you got to stick to the script, and if you veer off the script, you're going to get it yelled at. So you clearly have some like artistic freedom here to talk about poop, right?
100%. I have all the artistic freedom, and the show's different every day, which is great, and it'll end up being something completely different, in a month and 2 months from now. But I think every athlete that's come on our show, and we have several a day, they've all swore at a certain point, and nobody seems to say anything. And I can't, it's very easy to see, and that's what I want it to be. But I also want to give good information. So make no mistake, to bring on a Chris Collinsworth, to have a Peter King come on and drink a beer with me and tell me what he knows. And I also really made an emphasis on bringing the best beat reporters, because that's where it all starts. And to give a platform to beat reporters who work their asses off bringing anybody in the national media that information, to give them time to say and empty their notebook, is really powerful too.
Yeah, I agree completely. Especially when you basically need every possible Green Bay area beat reporter on to discuss why the Packers suck and what's wrong with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, also that was going to be my next question anyway. So why do the Packers suck?
I want to say because they don't, you can't tell me that they suck until they get a wide receiver, a bona fide Odell Beckham, or if they go land DJ Moore and then talk to me in a couple of weeks. Like, he looks disinterested, I guess I would say. Does he look old? No, you saw him lob a beautiful. You've seen him throw the ball this year, and he's had nice catches. And I don't know which one I'm worried about more, him or Brady. Like I said I'm more worried about Aaron a couple of weeks ago, just because he doesn't have weapons. And Brady does. But now, maybe the news being out about him and his ex-wife, or soon to be ex-wife, maybe that's freeing.
I think they're done. Like they went full Florida man and Florida woman, and it's over. Like
they did, but maybe
maybe 72 hours.
Maybe now it's out in the open, and it gets better. Or we're watching nature take its course, and this is just what happens. And there's so many brilliant quarterbacks in this league. I will say I'm not counting either team out yet, because you have these behemoths at the top that are swimming around, and then it's a bunch of mediocrity. It's like you take out the Kit Kat and the Reese's out of your kid's trick-or-treating bag, and you're left with a bunch of,
All right, so what's the bag? I got roasted yesterday because I tried to claim that 2 things were terrible candy, and people were like, "Those are great candies." What? I said Milk Duds and Swedish Fish are trash candy, and I got killed for it.
I ate on the air today.
A Swedish Fish?
No, I ate an entire thing of Milk Duds on my show.
Oh, I'm sure that's. I don't want to call it not compelling television because I haven't seen it, but I'm guessing you're.
I showed up on time, Will. So I think I have a 1 on you right there.
Ooh, well.
Up high, down hard.
That'll get me. In my defense, they told me it was 1 o'clock. But anyway,
I'll candy you.
How are you you're eating Milk Duds and speaking? It's
it's called talent. What's the question?
I wouldn't. Okay, fair enough. All right, we'll move on.
I like to support my dentist. My dentist.
I'm getting roasted here. What is happening?
Kids through school, and I like to help them. What do you mean? I'm a giving, generous person. I don't know.
Physically, how can you chew Milk Duds and talk at the same time? I can't do that.
Why don't you watch my show, Will?
Well, it's not out yet, right?
Will, my show is live. Everybody watching this Pick Six podcast with Will Brinson, who I know and love and have known for a long time.
I know.
Up and Adam's show. It is on FanDuel TV, and it's on YouTube in full after the show. So that's
we're live on YouTube right now. Actually,
it's on FanDuel TV, which is the old TVG horse racing network, and there's still fun live sports.
Oh, you actually have a TV. Oh yeah, that's right. You have a TV channel. All right, so.
Have a great day. I'm done. It's on YouTube. It's on television on FanDuel TV, 11 to 12. And if you ever come on my TV show, I will know exactly what time your podcast is on. I will plug it.
I brought up the Sean Payton thing immediately.
You're fine. You're welcome. Bye, everybody.
Bye. That's the show. See ya.